Pranams to all of you. In this video, we are going to talk a little bit about suffering. What is suffering? If you look around, observe the world, really observe yourself and the world, you'll observe that there is something called personal suffering, individual suffering. All of us go through, every single one of us go through. As long as you are born into the human body, suffering is inevitable, whether physical, emotional, mental, intellectual, inevitable. Right? So there is something called a personal element to suffering, individual suffering. Though my suffering may differ from your suffering in degrees, but suffering is same. All of us suffer the same things, all of us, in different ways. And if you observe closely the world, there is something called the suffering of the world. Right? The whole world is suffering. If you really observe. And I'm going to make a statement. Many of you may not agree. That is okay. What if there is no such thing as happiness? I repeat the question again. What if there is no such thing as happiness? Happiness is a word that we use when there is a break in the stream of suffering. Right? Have you thought about it? We go on wishing people happy birthday, happy Republic Day, happy Independence Day, happy Valentine's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Father's Day, happy Brother's Day, what have you. I mean, if you really look at all that, it's funny. Right? Do you have to have a special day in a year to have Mother's Day? Do you have to have a special day, one day in a year to celebrate that as a Father's Day? And that day everybody celebrates mother, calls mother, hi mom, how are you, love you, father, dad, Father's Day, and put pictures. Environment Day. My God, I can go on naming so many days. If you look at again our great Indian culture, Bharatiya Samskara, we never had such concepts at all. Every day was Mother's Day. Every day was Father's Day. Every day was Environment Day. Every day was Yoga Day. Every day was a birthday. You know that? Every day we are born anew. If you really observe, you'll understand. Every day, forget about every day, every moment we are born new. What I am now, after 10 minutes, I cannot be the same. Right? While I am doing this video, I am one person. After this video is over, it's a completely different person. And after half an hour, another person. Goes on changing. Change is always there. Change is the only thing. All of us know that. Right? So every day was every day for us. You don't have to have a special day to celebrate. Happy birthday. Yeah, maybe you were born on that day. So what? Right? Maybe for children, it's good to celebrate because, to make the child connect to nature and, togetherness and so on. So, in spite of all these words that we use, happy birthday, happy that, happy this, what have you, If you look closely, are we really happy that way? Are we? Watch carefully. There's no such thing. It's just a word, lip service. I'm sorry. This is a fact. This is not my personal opinion. This is a fact. Anybody who observes this will understand. Right? It's clear. Watch. You will understand. Observe. You will understand. You will come to know. So, for example, Environment Day. Why do we have to celebrate Environment Day just once a year? Every moment, every day. This earth is our mother. Worship her. Have reverence for her. Respect her. Treat her well. Not plunder. Not loot nature. As we are doing, modern human beings are doing all over the world. Right? So, what is suffering then? What is suffering? I remember a beautiful story, anecdote. When Paramahamsa Yogananda ji, the person who wrote Autobiography of a Yogi, those who have not read that book, I pity you. So Paramahamsa Yogananda ji, after his long stay in the US, he comes to India. I'm talking about 1930s, long ago. So he comes and takes darshan of Ramana Bhagavan. He comes to Ramanashram and, is with the great Bhagavan Ramana. And during a, conversation, Yogananda ji asks Ramana Bhagavan, Bhagavan, the whole world is full of suffering. Wherever you turn, there's only suffering. So much of suffering, intense suffering, physical, mental, right? When people say I'm happy, they are happy, that's not true. So why so much of suffering? Why everyone is suffering? If God is so compassionate, why so much of sorrow? Right? Why? Very sincere, because these are all great men. And Bhagavan, with a great, kind and loving look, he looked at Yogananda ji and said, what is suffering? Who is suffering? Those two questions. And Yogananda ji immediately understood, kept quiet. Right? He understood exactly what Bhagavan was asking. What is suffering? Who is suffering? Have you looked at it? Have you observed it? That's what Bhagavan was trying to say. He just asked these two questions. What is suffering? Who is suffering? Who are you? What are you? You think you are this name, you are this personality, you are this body, you are this mind, you have your, past memories and what have you. You think this is you. That's not you. That's what the great masters have been telling us. So Bhagavan asked, what is suffering? Who is suffering? Who? Right? Again, we are going back to Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali. This culture, Indian culture, Bharatiya Samskara, is based on spirituality, as I keep telling again and again and again. Almost every video I talk about this. Indian culture is based on spirituality. And what is spirituality? To realize who you are. And our culture, rishis and yogis and sages, all along they were only talking about this. Our Upanishads only talking about this. Who you are, what this universe is all about death, about life. Right? So Maharshi Patanjali beautifully, he uses the word klesha. Klesha, suffering, causes of suffering, the primary cause of suffering. Of course, you can trace the cause, the reason why this particular suffering is happening to the next one goes on. Where does it begin? How did it come about? So Maharshi Patanjali, as always, absolutely clear. Kleshas. And he calls them Pancha Kleshas in his Yoga Sutras. Pancha, 5. 5 primary causes of suffering. Right? Suffering is one, pain is another. Pain is physical. Right? Pain, even mental pain, that's different. Suffering is purely mental. People might suffer for small, insignificant things, and there are people who are going through so much of pain, physical, emotional, mental, and they don't suffer. Do you understand? See the difference? Pain is one, suffering is another. So we are talking about suffering. What is the primary cause of suffering? Maharshi Patanjali. The primary cause of suffering, Maharshi Patanjali says clearly, avidya. What is avidya? Ignorance. Ignorance about what? Who's the next Prime Minister? Who's the next Chief Minister? I don't know much about chemistry and physics and all that. Is that ignorance? I don't know what most of the researchers are doing. I have no idea. Is that ignorance? Right? I don't know how to operate the computer. Is that ignorance? I don't know mathematics. Ignorance? What is ignorance? Avidya, ignorance, meaning ignorance about your own self. You don't know who you are. You have never looked at it. You have never bothered to observe. You have never bothered to listen to the great rishis and yogis and munis and mahatmas. Right? Our interests are always somewhere else. Nothing wrong. For everybody, there is a time. In fact, every human being has to come to this state of inquiry, has to come to this state of longing for truth. This is our birthright. If not today, then tomorrow. If not tomorrow, 5 years later. If not 5 years later, 10 years later. If not this life, next life. If not next life, the life after that. It's our birthright. It is in our genes. You can't escape. Nobody can escape. Right? So people who look at those people who are asking these questions, the others might call them, look at that fool, instead of earning money and taking care of his material or what have you, he's asking the stupid questions. No. He's evolved a little more higher than the rest. Their time is not yet come. So all of us are going to come to this state of questioning. What is this? What is this all about? Who am I really? All of us are going to ask this question one day or the other. Definite. Right? So when you start observing, Maharshi Patanjali says, the primary cause of the mother of all other suffering is ignorance, avidya of your own self. Right? I really don't, even intellectually, I don't know what is going on. Who am I? What am I? I don't know. Right? That is the mother of all suffering. Which means if you realize who you are, what you are, suffering ends. That is the meaning. Awakening, enlightenment, realizing who you really are is the end of suffering. As we know, suffering ends there. That is only time where suffering ends. When suffering ends. Do you understand this? When you realize who you are. So, avidya, ignorance. And born out of this avidya, ignorance of your own self, comes the other four. Panchaklesha, 5. The primary, the mother is avidya. Out of avidya is born asmita. What is asmita? Ego. I mean, there is no such thing as ego. Please understand this very, very carefully. There is no such thing as a solid entity sitting inside you, inside your body, inside your brain, and calling itself me, 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 me. There is no such thing. There is no ego. Actually speaking, there is no ego. Ego is only a form of thinking, a pattern of thinking. It is only thinking. Right? I'll give you a great example from Swamiji Maharaj, Swami Vivekananda. He used to give this lovely example. You have a lighted agarbatti, right? Fire at the end, lighted agarbatti. Now, if you keep it stable, you can only see the fire at the end, right? Agarbatti. Now, if you start rotating the agarbatti faster and faster and faster, what do you see? A circle of fire. Right? You go on rotating. What do you see from there? Circle of fire. So what do you feel? What do you think? My God, there is a circle of fire. So that circle of fire is created by the movement of the agarbatti. The movement of the agarbatti stops. The circle of fire is gone. It never was. It was just created. Right? So, similarly, when thinking goes on, there is this thing called ego. Listen to this. When thinking is active, there is ego. There is so-called ego. Again, not an entity, not a solid, fictitious entity sitting inside. No. It's a movement, it's a pattern. When thinking, thought stops, where is ego? Right? Observe this. Maharshi Patanjali. So, out of avidya is born the illusory me, ego. You know who I am? All that stuff. Out of avidya is born raga. What is raga? Attachment. When do you get attached to? When do we get attached to? When something is pleasurable, when something gives us so-called happiness, when something gives us comfort. Right? We want more of that. Natural. Raga, that is raga. Going towards or wanting more of that which will give me happiness, comfort, joy, pleasure, what have you. Born out of avidya, dvesha. What is dvesha? Repulsion. I want to go away from something that will cause suffering, something that will make me uncomfortable, something that will give me pain, something that will give me sorrow. I don't want that. I want to go away. That is dvesha. And this raga dvesha, want pleasurable things, don't want painful things, two sides of the same coin. Right? Raga dvesha. Out of ignorance, avidya, is born the fifth one, abhinivesa. What is Abhinivesa? Fear of ending, fear of death. You know, the Shastras say even the most learned one has this fear. Why? Because we don't know who we are. So fear of ending, fear of dying, fear of coming to an end. And I don't know what's happening after that. What will happen after that? I don't know. Therefore, fear. Right? Look at Patanjali. How beautifully, how clearly he has given this to us. The root cause, the mother of all suffering, whether it is financial, social, political, what have you, you can boil that all down to avidya. Right? And if you look at our ancient Shastras, our Indian culture, rishis and sages and all yogis and all these great ones, they have only been talking to people about this. Find out who you are. Realize who you are. Why? You need not suffer anymore. But we don't listen, you see. So, let me repeat again for your sake. Avidya, the mother of all suffering. Born out of avidya is asmita, ego, quote and unquote ego. Born out of avidya is raga, dvesha. And born out of ignorance is fear of death, fear of ending. The great Maharshi Patanjali. This is the reason why most of the Western intellectuals, great minds from the Western countries, United States of America, European countries, Latin America, they all come to India. Why? India is the mother of the world. For God's sake, realize this. India is the mother of the world, Sadguru of the world. Once upon a time, it was. In the meantime, there were invasions and all those things happened. It went down a little. Again, this great country, Bharatavarsha, Aryavarta, is rising up. Once again, India is going to become the Sadguru of the world, the Jagat Guru of the world. No doubt. No doubt. Right? This is our birthright. Right? Parents and teachers, those who are in the teaching profession and parents, let your children know all this, right? I mean, don't think children are too young, they won't understand all this. Forget it. It's we people who don't understand any of these. Children will grasp this within minutes. They have more understanding than all of us put together. So, show your children all this. Teach your children all this. Indirectly, directly. In the class. Teach them through your subjects. Whether you're teaching maths, physics, chemistry, biology, doesn't matter. Introduce all this. In the form of questions, in the form of phrases. Let them think, let them observe, teach them how to observe, how to look at themselves. Right? If this country has to once again awaken, of course it is awakening, once again it has to become Sadguru, the great Jagat Guru of the world, a teacher to the whole world. All of us, especially young children, they have to know all this. Tell them stories about the rishis and sages, Puranas, all those stories. Teach them how to be with nature. So, what the great rishis and sages gave us is incomparable. You can never ever repay them what they've given us. There's no way. You know what the rishis call us? Amritasya putra, Amritasya putri, children of immortality. There is no death for you. There is no birth for you. Who you are is that. That's what they've been telling all these millennia. At least now let us wake up and pay attention to all this and learn our culture, know our past, the true history of our country. Not the history written by those British funded and university funded people. No. The real history. It's plenty. If you really want to know, you will know. So, this is our culture. This is what India stands for. And India will become a great teacher of the world. It's coming. So, thank you. Pranams to all of you.